Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, if you're listening, you know what that means. You know what hour, you know what minute, you know what second it is. It is I. It's that guy, that DOOGIFRANCHISE. Yes, sirree. In the place to be, and it's show off season. And I got a special guest with me. Now I know right now what you've seen. You probably never seen his face except an episode where he performed. But this is like the first.
No, we've had our faces on this a while. For a
No,
few times,
the
yeah.
only, the only time your face was seen was the time you did the performance.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
But other than that, if you don't know, allow me to reintroduce this person. This is Isa Ice Raheem. He was 1/3 of the original issue of season when it started.
1/4 of the Simpletons too. Remember that?
Yeah. He's, the guy, or should we once known as the nigga with the pretty ass voice. Oh,
Yeah, I thought we got rid of that.
and we still got the song. Pretty ass voice, pretty ass voice, pretty ass, pretty ass, pretty ass voice. Welcome back. Now, it's been such a mighty long time since I've done that. And it's kind of funny, because I don't got the bombs for it. Pretty ass voice, pretty ass voice. The levels just blew up on this recording. You know that, right? It's just all in the red once you did that. But it's been a while. So we're gonna catch up. Let's catch up.
Facts.
How you been? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time since I've been I think one of the last episodes that I did on this podcast when we one of the Cobra Kai seasons.
No.
I think that's one of the last times I was on this. And
the last episode you did was the actual last episode of the podcast before I brought it back.
Oh yeah, sure.
And it was with Clayton.
Right. We went to his crib and did that.
Yep. And at this point, you've been heavily singing at thy sugar bar.
Ashford and Simpson sugar bar. You gotta say the whole thing.
Okay, sorry. Ashford and Simpson's sugar bar.
No, you gotta say the whole thing because there's another place called the Sugar Bar, and that's not where I'm at.
Okay,
that's not where I'm at.
That's fair. Because you don't want people seeing this. I'm like, I don't see him here. I don't see him. It must, Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar.
Yes.
How's that experience been going for you?
That has been a growing and learning experience for me.
Talk about it. Let's unpack that. Like,
I've been going there regularly for the better part of 2 years now. Again, my old friend Clayton. He invited me to come out to some Thursday nights because at Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar on Thursday nights they have their open mic night. You show up, you sign up, you perform on the stage, and I've been doing that regularly. I'm kind of a name, I'm kind of a face there. They know me, they love me, and I've gotten better. My singing, my stage presence, my performance skills, everything has just been improving.
How so? What has changed for you, performance wise, artistically, since doing this consecutively?
Yeah, consistently. Yeah, like I've been well, for one, I've been getting a lot of feedback. I've been told where I lack, where I need to grow. My stage presence, my demeanor. And also my wardrobe. I've been told that. Listen. I know
it's provocative.
Personally, it's not provocative. It's not provocative, right?
Okay.
I like to dress for comfort, but when I'm on the stage, certain things, like if you perform, you gotta like show out. You gotta like have a presence, an aura about you. You just can't just dress like you do every day. So you want to have your everyday clothes, that's fine. But when you get on the stage, dress for the part. You're gonna be an artist, you gotta look like one.
Okay.
Simple as that.
You know what? That's fair. I like that. That's a good way to look at things. And
hold on. Also, since being there, I actually did a show. Was it November? Yes, it was last year, November 2024. I did a cover concert for Babyface.
which is what we was about to just get into
Oh
right
shit.
now.
Okay, my fault.
Listen, man. Look,
I jumped the gun. My fault. My fault. My
no,
fault.
you don't jump the gun. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm good with the alley oops. So I know how to. I know how to do this, bro.
Oh, you didn't get to say it on camera that I fucked up. You know, you could have just kept that to yourself. You know,
Nah,
like, no.
you already said it. So it's fine. You said it. You already said it. I'm just gonna agree with you. Look, yeah. So you did a show, baby face cover. I was there. It was great.
Yes.
It was fun. There's footage, correct?
Yes, there is some
Which
footage.
we'll tell people where they can find it after.
Right,
Tell
right,
us
right.
about. Walk us through that day and experience. Walk us through the whole experience leading up to that day, and then that day of the show.
Okay, so firstly,
Yeah,
getting the money together to do
boy.
the show because you know
Don't
yeah,
tell the price.
the venue, you know, Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar. They're more than happy to just let me do the show, no problem. But all I had to do was just source, you know, the band, the singers, and you know, I had plans. Some plans fell through, others did not. So I'm actually used some band members that Clayton knows. I actually used his band. Clayton was one of the background singers, and as was my brother. So you know, selecting the getting the set list, rehearsing with the band, making sure my brother has his shit together because not to talk shit about my brother.
Challenging, challenges,
Not
challenges.
necessarily to talk shit about my brother, but you know,
There was
he doesn't do
challenges.
this. You know, he and I used to sing together as kids, but you know, at one point he decided he didn't want to, you know, do the whole singing thing anymore. But he still agreed to help me out do the show. Shout out to my brother for that. But you know, making sure he knew his parts, making sure he knew his songs, making sure he had his shit together. That was one of the big challenges. Fuck that nigga. Anyway,
Okay.
but you know, we did the rehearsals. I had the band together, I had the singers, and everything turned out, you know. And when it came to the day of, you know, you have these nerves leading up to it, but then for some reason, when you get to it on the day, you say, you know what? Fuck it, whatever happens, happens. The show y'all gonna get is the show y'all gonna get. All right.
And how would you describe the show that we got?
How would you describe the show that you got?
It was great. I had fun.
I'm glad you did.
No, I had a lot of fun, and you know what happened to me during the show. So you know, I got
Oh, more on that in a different episode.
yeah, I got caught up in my own little things during your show. So there was 2 shows going on that night. So, but yours was the main attraction. But it was great. It was fun. That was the first time I heard your brother sing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh snap! Like one night only. The
Raheem Brothers
exactly.
and Clayton.
The Raheem Brothers and Clayton. That's like such a reverse of what you would hear of a band, of a group. Which was cool. And then you know you sung the baby face hits.
Mm-hmm.
When can I see you again? I was like, all right. I thought you was gonna dance for one of our friends with was it the what's the name of that song? I'm so terrible. I'm not gonna lie
Do you
to you
remember
guys.
how it goes?
No, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not the biggest Babyface fan, so no offense. I don't hate Babyface, but I don't follow him like that. So, but you know, knowing that you're a Babyface fan, of course, we know what your main event, your closer was Can We Talk? So we was like, so I was like, oh,
It was a Babyface cover show, but I also had some songs in here that he did not perform, but he did write and produce. So that's why the show ender was Can We Talk? So these y'all who don't know, Babyface did write that song.
Okay, that's nice. So speaking of Can We Talk? Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, matter of fact, before we fast forward, because now I'm jumping the gun myself. You've also done plays. You've been doing plays.
Yes.
Let's talk about it and give your shout outs who you need to shout out.
So to further my performance, repertoire to build up my performance resume, I went on Backstage.
Mhm.
Right now, Backstage is a website. It's an app for actors, artists to find work. Pretty much, think of it like Craigslist, except you're less likely to get kidnapped. People post that they have a project coming up. In fact, on that site, I actually found a project from our friend Anna November. Are we going there?
Yeah.
Anna November. She posted that she had a project, so I didn't put myself on that one bit because I've actually been doing a couple different plays here and there. Um, Mostly it was always a great turnout. Mostly it was always a fun experience. One in particular that I still continue to do to this day is I work with an artist named Sheba Jordan. She does a Gladys Knight and the Pips tribute concert. It's also something of a play. We do have some lines of dialogue in between some of the songs, but mostly it is, it's a concert more so. I tend to do that maybe at least once or twice a month. It is primarily in New Jersey. Hopefully, I can get them to bring it over to New York so that some of y'all can come see this damn show.
Right? Yo, when you be telling me to travel, you be like, yo, you coming? No.
It's a trek every time I gotta go up there. Like
I know.
It's like just leaving from here. I gotta get to the PATH train, then I get to Newark, then I gotta hop in a cab and take that shit's like 3 towns over in Short Hills, New Jersey, at this golf course called Par 440. It's a good show. If anyone actually does want to come out, the place is called Par 440. Any of you actually do want to come out and take that trip, it'll be worth it.
All right, give me a second.
But if you don't,
give me a second.
I understand.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna say they're gonna go. So what we're gonna ask you to do, I'm gonna say live on camera, promote the show, and then the next one we'll do a video of you promoting the show to come see you.
I bet.
So ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
So if anybody want to come out to see us at Par 440, it's in Short Hills, New Jersey. It's gonna be a great experience. Definitely, want to come out if you have any love for Gladys Knight and the Pips. It's a great concert. Yours truly is one of the Pips, and Sheba Jordan is an amazing singer and songwriter.
There we go. That's how we do it. No negativity here. We want to make sure success and bless all around. It was a blessing success. We start with that one.
But actually, I'm sorry. Just to keep this up, this on. I've actually been doing I actually have been doing a lot of performing around the city as well. Actually was partnering with a production company called Bright Minds Entertainment.
Okay.
Some good people over there. And we actually had a tour planned. And the first leg of that tour last year, we went to Denver, Colorado.
Talk about it. I remember you told me about this, but tell them about it. Because like I said, people haven't heard from you in a while. So talk about that tour.
So unfortunately, we didn't really do too many stops. We did Denver, then we came back to New York, and we still do have some plans. We actually are going to continue that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to before we get the band back together, and we're going to take another step at this tour. But yeah, last year I went to Colorado. Let me tell you, that was actually a lot of fun. We performed at this place called Your Mom's House.
Oh my God.
And yes, when they first told me, I said, hey, what's the name of this place? They said Your Mom's House. I said, yo, wash your fucking mouth. But no, the place is actually called Your Mom's House.
I dig it.
It's a really dope location, actually. Really dope location. And Colorado, there's a lot to do in Colorado. I ain't going front.
Okay.
Some good shit out there.
How long was the flight to Colorado?
The flight was, 4 hours maybe? 4 to 6 hours? I can't exactly remember. Okay. I have to look that up again. But it wasn't terribly long to get to Colorado. But, and actually one of the best parts about that, right, is when we got back from Colorado. Mm-hmm. Bright Minds held a open mic night. I forget where it was, but they held open mic night, and I went there to perform and support. And there were people from Colorado who were there.
Nice.
And they saw me.
Nice.
And they were like, "Oh shit, you Ice Raheem!" Like, yeah. I felt fame. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, hold up, that was some celebrity shit right there. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, Ice, oh, so good to see. Oh, I love your performance out there." I'm like, glad you enjoy shit.
Oh, that's cool.
That shit was crazy. I'm like, okay, that's how that feels.
That's how that feels. I like that for you. I like that for you. That's how that feels. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Are there right now, if you can perform in I'm gonna give you. You know what? I haven't done this in a while. Top 5 dead or alive cities you would like to perform in the future.
Number one is definitely LA. I
LA.
would love to perform in LA.
All right.
LA is definitely a dope place to perform. I've always wanted to go to Atlanta, so that would also be another dope place to perform.
Okay, Atlanta.
Atlanta would
That's
be
cool.
dope.
That's Black Central right there.
Yeah. So I'd also want to go to Chicago. Chicago's definitely a good place to perform.
Okay.
Not in the winter. I heard in winters is crazy in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that got to be a summer trip.
And the last two, I honestly couldn't tell you why, but I just in my gut, I just felt like it'd be a good place to perform in these cities. One of them is Texas.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the other, believe it or not, Memphis.
You where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is at?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah,
that's not a bad choice.
LA, Atlanta, Chicago, Texas, and Memphis. Those are those 5 cities I would love to perform in.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. A little surprised New Orleans is not on your list. But
I mean, that's not to say I wouldn't want to perform in New Orleans.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you didn't. I just thought that would be
I
top 5.
I just gave top 5 off the top of my head. I'm like,
you
know
what? That's the part. That's to play the game. That's to play the game. Top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so let's talk about the bucket list. You got to clear something off your bucket list recently.
That I did.
Let's talk about that experience. If you don't know, Isa, after years of wanting to and talking about it, he got to. Do you want to tell him or should I?
No, go ahead, bro.
He got to perform on the world famous Apollo Theater. You hear how my voice just changed for that? The world famous Apollo Theater featuring Ice Raheem.
So to provide a little bit of backstory on that.
Now, please do.
I had been working there since 2017. When I first applied for that job, I originally was going to apply to Apollo Amateur Night, like sign up for auditions and stuff. But when I went on the website, I saw that I had just missed the audition date, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm not doing anything for another 6 months. Let me get a job there. So I got a job there. Great job. I do not regret working there. I mean, that's how we met.
Yeah.
A lot of good shit has happened since, me working there. So, I don't regret the experience. I cherish it. But, audition time came up and I'm thinking, okay, time for me to audition. But they said, oh, no, if you work here, you can't audition.
That's why.
And at the time, it really wasn't a good idea for me to quit the job because it was the only job that I had and I was in school at the time. So I said, you know what, I'll hold off. I'll, focus on what I'm doing right now. Years go by. I don't really do anything about it. But, 2024 was a blessed year for me. Like, I grew a lot as an artist, as a person, So I just felt, it's time. Now's a good time. For those who don't know, the Apollo is actually about to go through a renovation, so it's going to be closed down for a bit. So I said, oh, it's the perfect time. I might as well do it now because, Apollo, it'll be back. But for now, it's going to be gone for a while. So I said, let me get on that stage before that happens. So at the end of last year, I told everybody that, this is going to be it. The next time I'm coming to the Apollo is going to be as an artist, as an entertainer. I can't come back as an employee no more. Isn't the place for me for that no more. Mm-hmm. They were more than understanding about it, of course. I had nothing but love and support from all my coworkers and my bosses and stuff like that. And when the day came for the audition, I went in there, auditioned, killed it. They loved me. They said, we want you back as soon as possible. I auditioned back in, what was it? March. Yeah, it was March I auditioned. And I just performed a couple of weeks ago, actually, in the middle of May. It was fun. Definitely a great experience. I haven't posted it. I have to post it. It definitely will be on my socials before long.
What was your mindset? Because I saw you before I saw you before the show and everything, but I had never got to ask you how was your mindset? Because there's a lot for my perspective for that show. So I want to know what was going through your head. What was it like for you that whole time? Can you please talk about it?
So that was a long day. That was definitely a long day. There's a lot going into it. So you have to, everything needs to be set up beforehand. They email you, tell them, hey, email us what your song you're gonna do. Do you want to change the key? Do you want the original key? You're gonna have to cut the song because they said that the performances need to be as close to 3 minutes as possible. Okay. So of course I had to cut a little bit of the song because I performed Terry Campbell, Can We Talk?
Which is the callback to earlier in this conversation.
Indeed. So when I did that song, I had to cut a little bit of it, which you'll see when I post it on the socials. And you have that day to rehearse with the band. Like that's your first and final rehearsal with the band. Now they're patient. They'll make sure that everything you need to do is done. It's not like they rush you through hand and get your song out and get it done. No, like the band, when you sit, you talk with them, you let them know exactly what you want. If it doesn't work out, you try something else. But you can't take too much time because there's other people that rehearse. But yeah, we're all there together rehearsing, and it's just it's a lot on your mind. But eventually we definitely got everything set up. We got it worked out, and yeah, now it's time to perform. So now you're downstairs, you're watching it on the TV, you see everyone else performing, you hear the crowd and everything like that. And this is a very tough crowd because this is one of the only this is the only venue in which if they don't like you, they're gonna let you know right then and there. You can't and will get booed off the stage if you are not on your shit.
All right, okay. So you're telling us what's leading up to you on this stage. When you get there, I want a full emotional description. I want you to paint the picture of you on stage. And then I still got some. Matter of fact, before we get to that, right? Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna wait till after. Paint the picture. You're leading the moments leading up to the stage, and then paint the picture of you on stage and the performance.
So everyone's going up. Now I was supposed to be number 4.
Yeah, I remember that.
But someone didn't show up,
and then you ended up as 3.
So I said, "Oh, Isaac, you going up early?" I'm like, shit. Okay, let's do this shit.
I was about to go to the bathroom, and then they said your name, and I said, "I gotta hold it." It's so tight. I gotta hold it. I was so mad.
So they have you. They call you up when there's 2 or 3 people ahead of you. You're standing right to the side of the stage watching the performances. So I was there. I was just standing there for the longest, just watching the performance go up and up, and I'm just standing there, just waiting, seeing all this shit. I'm like, damn. Listen to the crowd and shit. Damn, here we go. And the people's right there. They handed me the mic. They said, okay, come into the stage. A singer-songwriter from Bronx, New York. I'm like, damn it, I said I'm from Harlem. I was born and raised in Harlem. I just live in the Bronx right now. Damn it. No, I'm not going out there because they said he got my city wrong. I'm going. He said, Ice, right here. I'm like, shit. So I go up there, and the funny thing is, I hear all my friends, my coworkers, everyone that I've worked with, I hear them all, but I hear all y'all out there saying, "Go Ice!" Shit like that. I'm like, damn. So now here's the thing, right? Paulie was up and down the backstage. Every time he see me, Ice, you got this, man. You got Ice. I believe you. You got this, man. You got this, man.
Oh yeah, we was talking about everything.
He was back and forth in that backstage green room, just hyping and encouraging me. I'm like, I love you for that, Paulie, man. You the man.
That's it. Shout out, Paulie.
Shout out to Paulie. So yeah, I go up there, and so again, I had to sing. I'm performing the song. I'm up there, and I'm just trying my best not to be nervous, because you perform on stages all the time, but this is different. This is something I've been looking forward to my whole life. Again, I got this stretch off my bucket list. Next thing I do is go skydiving. But
you on your own.
Oh, fuck that, you there?
You on your own.
You show off, Susan. So the thing is, well, I'm up there, right? Everyone's cheering, everything like that. I'm not sure how many I have like been to the Apollo, but they like hand people these like paddles or something like that. These fans, like old church fans, they hand these out, and one of them says yes, the other says boo. Like you wave the side that you like the people, right?
Yeah.
There's this one couple right in front of me in the first row. They're cheering their ass off. They're loving me, but they're holding up the wrong side. Like they're holding up the boo side of the fan, and I'm like, y'all are confusing me. Y'all are sending me so much mixed messages right now, but I love you.
That's funny.
There's this one guy on house right in the front row, and he's like booing his ass. So apparently he didn't like me. That's fine. Everybody got like me, and not everybody's cup of tea. Fuck it. But the booze is loud. And the one thing you hear the booze, it can rattle you. You
got rattled?
No, it can rattle you.
Okay.
So like you really have to like focus. You got to tune it out.
Lock on.
Because you still got a whole auditorium to perform for. So I'm singing the song, getting through the song. I hear the booze, but you know what? Gotta tune that shit out. So. I'm doing, can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. And all that shit. The song's over. Thunderous applause and everything like that. Bow. And I sit backstage. I'm like, oh shit, that's over. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not. Yo. Okay. That's. And then you. Okay. So it's funny too, right? I was nervous for you that day, and it was like funny because like I went to work, and I'm like, yo, Isa's gonna be on the Apollo today, and Reggie's like, yo, I'm praying for him, and I was like, yeah, and you can ask anybody. All I said was, I don't care if he wins. I don't care if Isa wins. I hope he wins. I don't care if he wins. I just don't want him to get booed off stage. I want him to make it through his whole performance without getting booed off. Because getting booed off can be discouraging. It can be heartbreaking. And most of all, it's going to be an awkward ass ride home. I told him, like sitting in the car, because I paid for the car right now. I'm like sitting in the car just going, yeah. That was a night, right? So I'm so happy, but I was so happy. Like, bro, I was so happy for you for that.
Yeah, not fast.
Like, it was one of those moments. Like, happy for him. I'm glad he's doing this. He's always wanted to do this. I love to see my peoples win. That's me as a person.
And the thing is, you only lose if you get booed off. I admit it. I did not make the top three. I didn't make the top three. I didn't move on to the next round. But I didn't get booed off.
Exactly.
That's a win.
That is a win.
That's a win.
Which means people now if you sing, people will listen.
Right. And I did get invited to come back. They said that if you want to come back and perform, you ain't got to do the audition process. So like, if they want to, just shoot them an email, and when Apollo comes back, they just start doing image night again. If I want to, I can.
You should do that anytime you're promoting your album.
Oh, we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah, we just get to it right now.
Okay. So then the question is, what's next for Ice Raheem?
That is the question next.
Well, right now, I am doing a show with Clayton.
Okay.
We're going to Florida. We're going to Orlando, Florida. I will get the name of the theater for y'all in a bit. But
is it Luther Vandross?
He's doing yes, because Clayton does a Luther Vandross tribute show.
Okay.
That's so funny. I keep working with people to do tribute shows, and I'm also doing a cover show. Like, she been doing Gladys Knight, Clayton do Luther. I'm doing Babyface and shit like that. We're doing some kind of cover show or tribute show. But yeah, Clayton is doing a cover tribute concert for Luther Vandross. It's called "I Want the Night to Stay." We're going to we've done that show a few times at Ashford, Simpson Sugar Bar, and now he wants to take it on the road. So we're going to Orlando, Florida. I'm gonna go down a couple of days early because I got a good friend that lives down there, so I'm gonna make a little vacation out of it, kick with them for a bit. But the show is gonna be July 19th.
That's a month away.
That is a month away, indeed. So yeah, I gotta again. I'm gonna get y'all the name of the name of the theater that we're gonna be at. If y'all want to come down to Florida and support. But after that, I'm gonna take a break from performing for a while, and I really am gonna focus on recording and getting this album out. I have so many songs written, I have so many beats produced. It's really is just a matter of getting in the booth and just recording this shit.
Mm-hmm. You got a title for your album already, or you just
I do not have a title for anything. No,
title pending?
title
Gotcha.
pending. Title
All right.
pending. Um, but yeah, so as far as what's next for me, I got this one more show coming up, and I'm still gonna be doing some other stuff. I'm still performing with Sheba. I actually just did a play with her earlier this week, a play that she actually had written called "I Know I'm Somebody." So if you want to look up Sheba Jordan, look up her play "I Know I'm Somebody." I just did a quick little scene in that for her, real quick. And moving forward, I might do that show with her again if she wants to, bring me back on for that.
Nice.
But
Sorry.
yeah. Focusing right now, I really do gotta get this album out because gotta get my original content out there.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so let's wind this down a little bit. Is there any words of wisdom you'd like to, throw out there to anybody, artists or people doing their own thing out there?
Yes, actually, it's some advice that was actually given to me as well. You have a talent that you want to share with the world, then you just need to get out there and do it. It'll take a while, but you will find your audience. There's definitely people that want to hear your voice, want to hear your message, and they want to see what it is that you do. So it's gonna be a bunch of bumps in the road, and it's a very patient process, but it's a process, and it's definitely worth continuing on. Definitely worth it.
All right. So, last but not least, the camera follows you to get a drink. Tell people where they can find you.
You can find me across any social media that I'm on: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Ice_Raheem. I'm actually gonna change it pretty soon to Ice Raheem Sings, but for now it's gonna be Ice_Raheem. If you need to find me on that one, you can find me on all my socials. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And also, please do not hesitate to stop by at Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar. I said, please tell them the address.
Damn, I never noticed thing off the bat. I think it's 70. No, I know it's on 72nd Street between Broadway and West End. Well, that's the best y'all gonna get from me right now. But if you just Google Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar, if you follow them on Facebook, they actually live stream the open mic every Thursday, so you can always catch the show. But for anyone who has a talent, who wants to come out and perform, we got them all. We got singers, rappers, dancers, spoken word poets out. There's a guy that comes in there and tap dances and sings too. Shout out to Mr. Taptastic.
Okay, I might have to. I haven't been there in a while. So
Yeah.
I might have to just pop in and just start bothering people.
Yeah.
Well, you can follow me at DoogiFranchise on all my socials. That's DOOGIFRANCHISE. Also, you can tune in on the YouTube. Just type in Doogie Franchise. That's DOOGIFRANCHISE. And you can, follow us on anywhere. You can listen to this on anywhere
Anywhere you get your podcasts.
pretty much. So, on that note, I want to say goodbye and good night. Don't turn it off yet. Don't? Okay. I got one more thing I gotta ask you. Which, matter of fact, I'll ask you another time. Don't worry about it. You can turn it off.